To get the latest on what looks like an impending Tasmanian snap election, I want to bring in our reporter in the Apple Isle who has been watching proceedings very closely, Selina Bryan. Selina, what a day. How did the no confidence motion play out?
So it was actually brought in yesterday, so we had debate all through the day yesterday, and then that continued today, culminating with the final speaker, which was the Speaker of the House, Michelle O'Byrne. Now, she's a Labor MP, so as expected, she had the casting vote on this, and so we were expecting that it would be that kind of 17-17 split with her as the casting vote. So she did choose to stand up and justify why she was going to be voting the way that she did in support of the no confidence motion against the Premier Jeremy Rockliff. And she reiterated that she's a lifelong Labor member, and that was part of her decision there. Then they had the vote, and as expected, it was 17-17 with the casting vote from Michelle O'Byrne, making that a successful motion of no confidence against the Premier. Then we've heard from the Premier. He got up to speak and he expressed his disappointment about the personal nature of this no confidence motion. It wasn't against the Liberal government. It was against him as the Premier, as the Liberal leader. He expressed that he was disappointed about that personal nature and spoke about his record as Premier and as an MP for Tasmania. He also reiterated his support for the stadium, for the AFL team for Tasmania, and his deep disappointment if that doesn't go ahead because of the way that all this has played out today. Now, he also reiterated he will be coming here to Government House to ask the Governor to call an early election if Dean Winter, the opposition leader, can't form a working majority on the floor of the Parliament. That is unlikely because he has stated he won't be doing any deals or making any agreements with the Greens. Labor only has 10 seats on the floor of the House and the Greens have 5, and there's more on the crossbench as well. So Labor would be relying on those crossbench members to form a working government, and it doesn't look like that's what they're planning to do. So it looks like we are headed to an early election.
It certainly does look that way. So what happens now? How does this play out in the coming hours?
So we're expecting that Jeremy Rockliff will follow through what he said. As I understand that Parliament has just risen now, so very shortly we're expecting that he will be driving up here to speak to come to Government House. It's not actually the government in residence. She's overseas at the moment, so it is the Lieutenant Governor who he will be speaking to today and who will be making that decision. Now, the Lieutenant Governor could decide that the Liberals need to consider whether someone else could be the leader of the Liberal Party and the leader of the government there, or whether he could ask Dean Winter to try to form a government. But as I've said, Labor looks like that could be too much of a challenge for them at this point, given their stance on the Greens in particular. So the more likely outcome that everyone seems to be thinking will happen is that we'll be going to an early election. And that will be our 4th in just 7 years.
I was about to say, Selina, you are getting very expert at elections. It's extraordinary, and we will wait for more updates throughout the afternoon. Thank you.